Thank you, Master. Yeah, welcome to Rich TV Telugu. Universal Life School presents fifth dimensional meditation with fifth dimension masters, ascended masters like Adama Master, Saint Germain Master, Ramta Master, and all masters. And we are reading the Telos on this session. The author is Arulia Louis Jones Masters. And please be in the meditative state or whatever way you are. If you're traveling, you can just listen to the audio. And please concentrate on the session so that you will receive the light energy from Sahasra into your body so that you can feel relaxed and you can feel healing, and it's going to be a lot of change when you after listening to this session, Masters. Thank you, Masters. We are in chapter 4 right now. Question. Adama, you revealed that you are involved in grid work. Please tell what grid work you are working on and what your role is in this work. So, Arulia Louis Jones Madam is asking about the everyone like Arulia Louis Jones Madam is asking Adama Master about the grid work like. Blessings, beloved friends. I am Adama. You are truly masters who have joined together in this grand experiment. It is indeed the first time on this planet that consciousness has been raised to the integration of physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies concurrently. I am involved in an energy grid inside the planet that works with the physical crystalline structure on the surface of the planet. This grid has to be with planet herself. The energies from the grid go out from within and form an etheric grid around the planet. Focusing on the vibration raising of energy and with planetary shift, this action is also assisted by various activations from astrological configurations. This grid is connected with Piscean energy and is used to hold the Christ energies. In the past, it was used to hold the energies of planetary grid. Now it has been upgraded to shift into Aquarian energy. As we begin to turn back towards the great central sun through the rising of consciousness, these energies are shifting to more Aquarian feminine vibration. This does not mean that masculine is being lost. It simply means that both polarities has been integrated back into balance. The vibration that comes out of Lemuria, especially out of Telos, is itself a great generator for energy because of its position within Mount Shasta, an embodiment of the great central sun on the planet. It is from within the mountain that all energies showered on this planet from the galactic core and the Milky Way hit the planetary grid. From here, in a matter of seconds, these energies hit all other major planetary points on the grid situation on mountain tops. From these points, the energies are distributed over the rest of the grid. Each grid has various entry and exit points. The exit points correspond to the areas where the energy is disseminated to other grids and planetary energy pathways. The grid created by the Lemurian consciousness is also mirrored in each one of you. It is integrated into the scaled geometry of your body as you set your intention for the higher focus of divine purpose. There is now on the planet a division of energies between personal and global consciousness. Although both levels of consciousness are in truth and one and the same for the time being, there is an individualization between the two. This allows the vibrational shift in each individual to take a place through free choice. This understanding was reached by the Lemurian High Council of reinforce on cellular level the true dimensionality of this shift and fuse it into the collective consciousness of human race. Prior to this decision, it was thought that the global shift could happen with a series of infusions of energies to the planet herself, and then from the planet to individual. However, you as cells of the body of the planet must anchor and integrate those vibrations individually to fully account for the unique permutations of human consciousness. The DNA matrix or crystalline grid will shift into slightly different manner for each individual. In doing so, it will hold the full spectrum of the vibrations needed for a true global shift. As energies then harmonize for larger and larger groups who have accomplished their individual shift, the global shift will happen in ever-increasing waves. There is a sound that accompanies in this shift. This sound is generated in the etheric realms, but it can be heard on this plane. We call the song of the soul. Harps and the Lutes cannot produce as beautiful sound as this wave of love that stirs within the soul and tickles the vibration of the heart and eardrums simultaneously. We have three stringed instrument in telos that is played by caressing the strings rather than plucking them. With our fore and middle fingers, this beautiful and inspirational vibration resonates in the same spectrum as soul songs. As the grid accelerates, changes in your DNA matrix takes place in each one of you. It will allow your song to be heard. You all resonate to your own unique song that we often sing to in recognition. It is like other titles and names you have that signify who are by vibration. We truly celebrate you as the rediscover your songs. We grace your dreams with reminders in song to help you on the path. Our love joins together with yours for the grace of all. What is your role in the grid work? My work has to do with, Arulia Louis Jones Master is asking, Adama Master, what is your role in the grid work? My work has to do with holding and feeding the grid with higher fourth and fifth dimension energy vibration that is gradually brought out to the surface from within. We work within the planet to help the energies rise through the planet herself. When you connect with the earth physically or subtly, you can feel the energy that way. We also release energetic enhancements out through the north and south poles and other key points. My role is one of the administrator architecture of the grid, and I organize of energy input and releases. As the structure of the grid itself is now in place, my work involves further modification to enhance the flow of energies. The grid is constantly evolving, a continuous work in progress. There are many beings all working with the grids. There have been references made to different grids, but they are in fact multi-dimensional layers of one huge extension grid work that is being integrated now. What is the difference between the crayon grid and your grid? So, Arulia Louis Jones Master is asking, what is the difference between the crayon grid and your grid? I mean, this grid, where Adama Master is administrator. Different energies work with different components of setting up the grid. Crayon works primarily with the magnetic energy of the grid, and we work with crystalline energy. However, this work is coming together of different groups who have worked with these energies over a long period of time, each contributing different components to the grid. The new grid has been created as a result of participation of many different energies, including the Elohim, Arcturians, Pleiadians, Andromedians, Venusians, and even star energies and races that cannot be identified easily in your frame of reference. As we are all part of the whole, this grid is being formed as a whole to serve the planet and humanity. Within the grids being unified at this point, there are many different entry and exit points. You as individuals bring the unique piece to each joining together of energies in which you are engaged, thereby creating a new and unpredicted effect. So too, this grid is creating a new field around the planet that will hold the always the wonderful energies being generated to and through the earth. These energies are not just one-time transmissions, but will continue to form and hold around the planet in an ongoing process. In this plan to restore the planet to its original state of perfection or to move behind that, it is certainly the plan and hope that our magic will be created before then any of can you imagine. There is a still question about how the planet is actually going to evolve. All is dependent on the extent of shift will be possible in human consciousness, individually as well as collectively. How much of this wondrous plan will allow you to unfold? How much will you choose to co-create with us? As we experience the great shift of feminine energy on the planet, how much resistance will be encountered? Will you continue to tear down that which are actively trying to rebuild? At this point, much is still seriously in question. It is also a matter of what you choose to do, assist with the process, and how to choose to live as citizens of this planet. The magnetic grid has shifted and the crystalline grid has been reborn. Now we are all waiting for the quickening of the next great grid, the grid of human consciousness, before we can proceed further with the work. There is much that is going to happen in the next 10 years in terms of conscious raising. It is important to see communities came together and demonstrate their full support of the earth. So this has been written in like 2006 or sometime, Master. Not written, it was channeled messages from Adama to Arulia Louis Jones. So it has been 10 years, means it's already passed like 10 years and it's more years. So we are into the total consciousness now. What shift in human consciousness is needed for you to emerge to the surface? So Arulia Master is asking Adama Master, what shift in human consciousness is needed for you to emerge to the planet? So what is the consciousness should be on the planet for you to come on to, you all from the telos to come on to surface. We have a plan for our emergence that we cannot disclose at this time. Our plan remains flexible with various potentials and which will actually unfold dependent on how humanity shifts. We would like to see humanity begin to live from the heart at all times rather than this wait and see attitude. Some people who hear about us rationalize in their minds rather than finding the truth deep in their hearts and decide they will believe only what they can see in front of them. Our eventually emergence is continent on everyone raising his or her own level of love and light vibration and living from the heart. When people heart connection will become more constant, then we will present in a more constant way. Those with the wait and see attitude will certainly have to wait much longer to see us. For quite some time yet, your physical presence among us will be permitted by invitation only. As previously explained, these meetings will take place in third dimensional vibration. It is up to you to raise your vibration. As energies continue to shift on the planet, this shift in vibration will soon be possible for many of you drawn to this material. We have now witnessed great heart-opening acceptance and heartfelt welcome from the French populations of this planet through the publishing of our books. This is giving us great hope that soon we will be able to initiate small clandestine gatherings with those who have reached the level of vibration necessary to be with our presence. We ask you to let go of all 3D distorted energies and move up to new level of love and joy. This is the key. So this is the key, masters. So it has been past so many years, more than 10 years. So we are into fifth dimension. Everybody is in, whoever is listening these sessions are also in fifth dimension. So please work with your heart to heart. Whatever the thoughts, whatever the answers you want to get, just ask Adama Master through your heart and you will get the answers, masters. Thank you. Love you all so much. Okay, Chapter 5, The Effects of Recreational Drugs on Spiritual Development, a dialogue with Adama. So they're talking about the example, marijuana and other narcotics. The same principles apply in great measure all over the addictions such as alcohol and tobacco. Arulya, Adama, is there a group consciousness attached to use of an addictive to substance such as marijuana or petona as recreational drugs and or spiritual tools? Please describe what effect these substances have on their users. Adama, I would like to speak first on general use of recreational drugs. A little history to begin with, if you will. When these scared plants originally come from creation, they had wonderful purpose of uplifting energy and consciousness. In the beginning of their use, long time ago, consciousness alluring plants assisted people to open their perception to their divine qualities, to their divine presence and creator. These plants were used to enhance telepathic abilities as well as gifts of clairaudience, clairvoyance, psychometry, and other similar spiritual abilities. These spiritual openings connected people more directly with the angelic kingdom, nature spirits, the animal kingdom, and beings from the other side of the veil. The enhanced energies provided by the use of scaled plants also facilitated interdimensional travel. These were the main purpose of these herbal substances, to create spiritual pathways. This is the way it was in the beginning of the creation before the fallen consciousness that took place during the fourth golden age. The original plants assisted the spiritual evolution of mankind in the beginning of life on this planet for millions of years until the fourth golden age. During this long period of earth evolution, people would occasionally draw on the energies of these plants with much reverence, holiness, and intention. They ate a small portion of a leaf, usually directly from live plants, according to the experience that was desired. There were a variety of these plants, each one offering its own specific spiritual gift. At no time were the plants misused, nor was addiction experienced from their use. Children were given a full understanding of their use at the young age, and they were intended to use was always honored. The plants vibrated at fifth dimensional frequency and beyond. People did not smoke to inhale these substances through their lungs, as is done today. The present-day countertops of these original plants, by the way, are not the same plants at all. Depending on the species, a specific portion of the leaf was required and consumed to attain the desired results. People approached the plants with much more reverence, asking permission of the plant devas to partake of the attributes each plant carried. These plants grow abundantly in many places, and almost every home had a very auspicious spot in the garden reserved for the growth of small quantity of few species. They were considered food for the soul, just as important as food for the body. The more plants carried a high vibration. When ingested, they shared attributes of their vibration that evolve the body and open the consciousness to higher understandings and experience. The so-called weed that this generation smokes or uses today with the hope of connecting with higher aspect of themselves or experiencing other dimensional realities, not in any way the same as those originally used for spiritual purposes. The original plants no longer exist in a third dimensional reality. All the several species have been preserved inside the earth. Incarnated beings participating in the black hearts were the first to genetically alter the original plants. So Adama Master is telling the some masters have genetically altered those original plants. To understand what happened with this gift that mankind used freely for so long, it is necessary to go back in history to the beginning of the Dark Ages when people constantly gave away their power to lesser vibration other than their own divine presence. One by one, the civilizations of this planet gradually forgot their original state of awareness with the divine and opened themselves to the manipulating and controlling energies of the shadow. Incarnated beings of the black arts who acquired great knowledge on the spheres of existence prior to coming to the earth became the black magicians of ancient times. They were the ones who firstly gently awed the scared plants in their roots. By doing so, they exercised greater control over people for dimming their spiritual powers and perceptions. This took place over a long period of time. The vibrational rate of the original plants was gradually destroyed or greatly reduced. The plants available today for recreational use carry a negatively altered vibration that is far cry from the original ones. The youth and the main adults on this planet are addicted to the substances that take their users to the lower levels of the astral plane. In the lower astral realms, users get hooked and corded by astral entities needing their energies in order to survive. They are major cause of addiction. Those indulging in these substances endlessly create these distorted energies in the emotional and their substance bodies. These entities exist with consciousness of their own. They are real and alive, living in low energy consciousness that becomes more and more aggressive in its attempt to gain control of the user. Over the time, and with continued use, the entities grow in number and in power in the energetic field of their hosts. These low vibration entities have so light and energy of their own and own that they have to get hooked on willing human beings and produce cravings in the emotional body to survive. The cravings are the fundamental roots of the addiction created by entities of the astral plane that suck your light and your energies whenever they can assure their own survival. One can say that your addictions are also their fix. How so many types and levels of addiction are formed is not well understood. If they were, few of you would partake of addictive substances, not even plain commercial cigarettes. Cigarettes or alcohol. What you have left in a handed what you have left. So what you have left is a handful of low vibration consciousness altering plants. Instead of lifting people in consciousness to the realms of light in their multi-dimensional travels, the negative qualities of the plants you have today take their users into the lower vibration of the astral plane, where light is dim and consciousness distorted. The black magicians brilliantly alter the vibrations of the original plants to create a tearing effect in the soul and greater separation from the source. Recreational drugs users are for the most people who perceive consciously, unconsciously that have lost connection with their higher self. They are seeking a form of union at the emotional level with the greater part of themselves. Addictions arise from this natural desire of the soul, which can never be fulfilled by engaging in these kinds of activities. Drug users keep inhaling or ingesting more and more of the consciousness, altering substance in desperation attempt to reconnect with the part of themselves that would fill the void and emptiness they feel deep within themselves. Drug use illustrates an attempt to find externally the connection and the love that can only be found within the self through love of self that beats through your art. I repeat again, mind and soul altering substance found on the surface can only amplify the void, emptiness and loneliness of the soul who seeks fulfillment outside of the self. When one realizes on a low vibration substance to create an altered state or to connect with the divine, the result only greater illusion and self-deception. Do you understand that? The grasses that are grown in chemical substance that are produced today for mind-altering purpose are totally unnatural to the soul, the physical body, the mind, and the emotional body. These substances create distortion in these bodies that can take a very long time to correct, even several lifetimes. The original genetic state of species plants was love, innocence, and purity. Now there is a huge group consciousness of drug entities that are destructive to the very fabric of life and consciousness itself. There is almost no place you can go now free from the vibration of these entities. This is another plot of the Dark Brothers, whose agenda is to stop or slow down the evolution of this entire generation. You find large groups of entities waiting for their willing prey clustered in areas where people gather to inhale or partake of these substances. If you could observe our perspective, you would know without a doubt that anyone indulging in these substances invites legions of entities in. They cling to the torture their host emotionally to incite more consumption. They are like hungry vampires competing for the fix. The addiction comes not so much from the plant itself, but from the entities who attach themselves to those using the substances. This is the main cause of the torment of the addiction. So this is very important, masters, for the youngsters of this generation. Please listen to this session so you'll get the knowledge about it, what is happening nowadays. Yeah, thank you, Adama Master, for the great advice and great teachings you are giving. You have been given to Arulya Master, and we are getting these knowledge through these books, the Tellos books. We are so blessed, Masters, because we don't even know idea what's happening to the youth right now. So this is through this we are getting the energy now. And please save all the youngsters who are indulging and those type of addiction, masters. Thank you, Adama Master. Love you so much. Adama, I'm going to describe these entities to you. They look like thick smoke and can fix 6, 10, 12, or 12 feet and shaped a bit like snake. They grow larger as the energy wraps itself around the all various bodies, physical, emotional, and mental, spiritual, of those who partake of these substance. It is mainly the emotional body that is affected as it gets imprinted with the constant craving for more and more drugs by the astral entities who embody that vibration. Most time and addiction leads to personal changes and character damage. The soul becomes more and more disconnected from the purpose of the incarnation and from the real self. Those who spend their lifetime in their altered state may have to experience several more incarnations to return to the state that embodied there before the drug use. They will almost certainly suffer a setback in their personal evolution. Some rationalize and that the drug-induced high is actually the doorway to spiritual development. But we say that they are embracing a great illusion. Arulya, can you more specific? Arulya Master is asking, can you more specific about how each of our four bodies, emotional, physical, and mental, spiritual, as well as the auric field, are affected by the drug use? And Adama Master is telling on the emotional level, Adama. Of your four bodies, the most affected is the emotional body. The entities lure people into addiction by creating a sensation of starvation or craving for the addiction substance primarily in the emotional body and the solar plexus. It will documented that those who take these substances retard the growth and nourishing of their emotional bodies. In general, they can remain quite unbalanced or immature emotionally for many years or even the remainder of their incarnation. When you see men or women in their 30s or 40s with the maturity of 15 or 20-year-old, you know there is something that has stunted the growth of their emotional body. The emotional body usually stops nourishing at the age one starts ingesting these substances. Often you hear people say that someone is 43 years old going on 16 in maturity. Do you get the picture? This emotional immaturity creates a deficiencies in the character building of the drug user. Instead of developing the qualities of the divinity, the addiction causes many to resent all types of manipulations, treachery, and distorted ways of acquiring money in order to get another fix. There are those who will even kill or resort to prostitution to get the funds to feed their addiction. Dependency often destroys or diminishes the qualities of the soul, and the goals of the incarnation are not met. Everyone has a certain desire to evolve and become the divine being they are. This is your nature, your birthright. Those who use drugs or similar addictive substances are looking outside themselves for what can be found only within the depth of the soul. Drug abuse demonstrates an unwillingness to go through the normal channels of the learning and the daily lessons of life that help you evolve. In all truthfulness, there are no external shortcuts to enlightenment. It is all within you. As the vibration on the planet increases, the youth of the world and the users of recreational drugs will have to make serious choice and commitment to their life, to their evolution, and to the predetermined purpose of their incarnation. They will soon be faced with choice of the either awaken spiritually and get off pot, or possibly leave their present incarnation and spend time in astral plane with the destructive energies that I have flirted with. Basically, at some point, this choice of all will have to make if they wish to ride the wave of ascension and reunited with divine selves. On the mental body. In the mental body, drug use affects the character and level of integrity. The motivates for living become very distorted instead of living for the development and integration of noble purposes. Life often becomes an obsessive red track for money to buy more of these substances. The user's mind become dull and cloudy while existing in this kind of consciousness. Genetically, drug use can often create repercussions in the progeny of 2 to 3 generations, which can manifest as various kinds of physical, emotional, or mental weaknesses. Children born into family who inherit such problems may be souls who are choosing to resolve unfinished karma from their own addictions in the past incarnations. On the physical body. On the physical level, drugs and addiction lower all the vibrations of the body. They are those who genetically very strong and do not seem to be physically affected. For many, the brain and the emotional body are most affected. Nevertheless, one must be aware that the person who indulges in recreational drugs for a long time and fails to fulfill their present life contract will most likely lose the privilege of strong, healthy body in the next incarnation. And you all know how painful and agonizing this can be. You can never consciously or carefully abuse your body in one incarnation, have the privilege of a healthy and strong body again in the next one. Divine law requires that if you are given a strong, healthy body and you misuse it, the karma returns the very next life. That is why you have children born with all sorts of health problems. You wonder why this, what did they do deserve it? Well, on the human level, you can never judge because you do not even know the whole story. Even if you were to look at the astrological or Akashic records, the human consciousness can only perceive a small portion of the whole picture. In general, people trapped in addictive tendencies tend not to feed their bodies what is needed to remain in balance and vitality. These type of imbalance created in the body are not conducive to motivating addicts to change their ways. They are malnourished, to say the least. Not feeding the body properly and regularly is a part of self-hatred and Daniel syndromes and those of engaging in addictions. This means that they do not value themselves as divine beings and do not value the opportunity for their life either. The body needs to be replenished several times a day with natural and nutritious food that carry as much as life as possible. Junk food diets in the form of fast foods completely devoid of nutrients have been the main diet of the great majority of drug users. On the etheric body, etherically drugs tear down much of the protective sheets of the soul. Known as substance bodies, it can be taken a person who has indulged in one lifetime in the constant use of the margina, LSD or other recreational drugs 3 to 5 lifetimes or longer to return to balance. Addiction can cause tremendous damage to the etheric bodies. From a physical perspective, it is never obvious how much of the non-visible bodies have been harmed. We are not talking about someone who has simply tried drugs as an experiment a few times and never continued. That will not hurt you deeply. We are talking about the regular use over a long period of time. Many of you have been using drugs for the 5 to 10 years or longer. At that time became the divine grace being offered to all humanity by the Heavenly Father. There is still time for all to let go of addictions and begin a spiritually, emotionally, and physical cleansing. By divine grace, all can receive great healing. However, if the soul leaves this incarnation before healing takes place, many may take that damage into the next incarnation without full awareness of why problems manifest in their physical bodies. And Arulya Master is asking, how is the auric field of affected? Adama. From our perspective, when we look at the person who is a child of love, light, and innocence, the auric field demonstrates a beautiful emission of all colors of love, the seven rainbows, and the golden light. It radiates out in different intensities of tone, and the auric field shows beautiful geometric patterns of colors of high vibration. It is so because the beautiful colors of the god have their countertops in the full spectrum of the rainbow. When you look at the auric field of a user of marijuana or other drugs, you can very distorted patterns of the red tone of anger and while green tones not representing harmony and love. There is also a lot of black and brown splotchy spots on all around the aura. More often than that, the beautifully originally geometric auric pattern can no longer be seen. It is muddy in the tone as the colors are very distorted. You would also see clusters of entities like coiling serpents of smoke wrapping themselves around very every part of the body. The solar plexus and the heart become congested with these entities and their low frequency energy. The etheric body and auric field of users of recreational drugs are not a pretty sight. If we could show drug users their auric field compared to the one who described above, they would be shocked and might quit drug use on the spot. Arulya, our DNA is now mutating back to its original 2Na strained on light body as the Earth prepares to go into ascension frequency. How does this new age of human evolution affect people who are using these drugs? Adama, unfortunately, they are not mutating in positive way. The main effect in cellular mutation is the low vibration and the effect of the person puts into raising their vibration. How do you expect to raise your vibration while you are creating, feeding, maintaining, and entering regions of negative entities? Drug users constantly lower their vibration in order to feed these entities, which one thinks about it. It is really an act of self-hatred. The low vibration that users maintain is not conducive to increasing their love and light frequencies, thus inhibiting the mutation of the DNA into a higher state of evolution. Your sustained love and light quotation is a determining factor in your DNA's automatic activation. This natural process has little to do with paying someone to do DNA activations, which often are ceremonies of intention. Unless the love and light frequency is increased and maintained by the receiver, not much can be accomplished. The activation of a light body is determined accelerated by the amount of love and light you are able to maintain on day-to-day basis. This includes the love of self, the love of your body, and the love for your incarnation purpose. Arulya, does the illegal strains of margina in certain places affect its vibration? For example, is there a fear consciousness associated with its illegality? Adama, yes, definitely. Margina, the plant itself, poses some positive applications and when properly utilized. It is a question of letting go of fear and addiction and putting each thing into the right perspective. Margina is a variety of the hemp plant. Your authorities have made it illegal out of fear. The hemp plant could be used in many positive ways for the benefit of mankind. Instead, it is used in negative ways in an attempt to repress and regress the soul evolution of the entire generation. The fact that it is illegal creates a greater interest or special attraction for the youth and many adults. Its illegal status creates fear and feeds the fear consciousness entities within the self. For many who live with fear issues in this unconscious, doing something fearful stimulates the energy of the fear entities within the self, creating the false illusion of mental and emotional thrill. Understand that drug entities are fed by the vibration of unaltered plants and fear entities are fed by fear energy. Being in fear and creating the fear vibration has become a form of addiction for a great many people. Why do you think so many people enjoy horror films or violent movies? Why are these types of attractions so popular? The emotions created by watching these scenes feed the fear entities that run into the internal programming of those watching and enjoying the stimulating sensations. Those who have not made peace with their arts and their divine presence have not yet understood the true meaning of love and peace. On this planet, the great majority of people are programmed to be emotionally activated by fear. This is a part of an old program that now needs to be released by everyone coming to enlightenment. In the new consciousness and evolution, humanity and the planet are traveling towards, there will be no room for such vibrations. Those still choosing to carry these vibrations will be held back and denied entrance until their lessons are learned. The fifth dimensional consciousness will not accept this kind of baggage from anyone. Making drugs illegal does not resolve the problem. Those determined to use drugs will find a way of doing. The clandestine way recreational drugs are marked and the fact that illegal encourages users to become deceitful and dishonest with themselves and others. This is not said to criticize or judge the authorities. They tackle the drug problem to be the best of their ability. Drug users become secretive and suspicious and live in doubt life. This behavior is certainly not conducive to building human personality and the character needed for ascension and evolution into higher consciousness. So everybody has to go into the ascension masters. That is the reason we are doing the sessions through this Universal Life School, and we are the tools masters. We are not reading the sessions. This is through the ascendant masters. Adama master himself is giving this knowledge to everyone. So we are just tools masters. So please, everybody should go into the ascension. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Love you all, masters. The child of light, the child of love and innocence cannot find anything to hide. Life on this planet is moving towards a consciousness of total knowingness and openness, where everything will be known and nothing will be hidden. Do you know that is higher realms? No one can hide anything because everything can be seen and known at all times through your auric field, your tone, your vibration, and the colors you radiate. We can see everything in the auric field of all people on the earth. We choose to gaze upon as well as in our own community of light. We very soon there will be more secrets somewhere, anywhere on this planet. Come on, my friends, children of my heart. Do you really think you can hide in your secrecy? Well, the truth is that you cannot. Perhaps you can hide some things for a while from the fellow humans, but you simply cannot hide any secrets, thoughts, feelings, or intentions from any one of us of the light realm, anywhere above the third dimensional consciousness. Even the trees, the nature spirits and the unments can easily read your art, your intentions, your past and future. If you were telepathic or if you could speak to you in a language you understand, you would be quite surprised at that wisdom and knowledge. This will be soon changed for most of you as you evolve. As humanity opens its heart to unconditional love and acceptance of others, this type of communication with all of the life, which all beings of enlightened civilization enjoy presently, will open for you as well as you will enjoy this new magic tremendously. Never you will be afraid of anything anymore. You will know that peace has always been there beneath your fears. My words may appear harsh or exaggerated for some of you, but believe me, all I have described has become a reality for too many precious souls. Not of those using Morgana will experience every symptom I have described. I have tried to show you the path that drug use leads to when alignment with the incarnation's true purpose continues to be ignored. Arulya, Master is asking, is there anything people can do to heal themselves from the abuse of margina or similar types of substances? What healing tools can be recommended? Adama, well, sweet one, we wish we had a magic potation or miracle solution. Vibrational healing tools are emerging that will be significant use of to healers and counselors in the coming years. These devices, some of which are already in limited use, accelerate the clearing and rebuilding of the etheric body. In the hands of a practitioner who is aligned with the divine, they will greatly assist all who desire to process and purify all distorted energies. They will also provide great assistance to the children incarnating now who are experiencing tremendous stress in your surface societies. These children are not only relying on mind-altering substances that are illegal, but are being fed such substances by doctors under the guise of treatment for AD syndromes and other mental diseases. It is fortunate to witness in so many countries that dark forces have swayed children born as indigo or are violent souls into addiction to these habit-forming substances. This sinister plan is designed to bind their souls and stop the wondrous contribution and wisdom they are meant to bring to this planet. This is a trap too much of a youth of this world is falling into. Nearly all of those precious souls come here at this time of the earth transition with mighty goals and the great missions. We know that the great percentage of these precious children will awaken in time. However, for those who do not, the drug abuse and addiction will mark a major setback in their evolution. The right information and knowledge of the truth can be to make a great difference. Unfortunately, your peer pressure has played a very negative role in your society. It is a giving of one's power and volumes to avoid appearing different or to feel accepted by others. I say to you, dare to different. It is a sign of maturity and sovereignty. Know that there is no one as effective as ex-drug user in convincing others to stay clean. Without a doubt, the time has come for incarnated souls to face the choice of getting off pot or living their present incarnation for a less evolved sphere of evolution where they can continue to learn their lessons. We hope that many, when faced with final choice, will make the right choice. We realize, however, that can be live in a society evolving in this planet of free choice, where people are meant to experience and experiment freely. Remember that all the choices you make from day to day intentions you hold in your heart and mind have significant consequences for you and for your future. We ask you to pray for these precious children for grace and divine intervention. We ask those who will be reading this material to enfold the youth of the world in a whirlwind of love of blue and violet flame for their protection. We ask that you petition the archangels for their protection. These spiritual tools are very, very important. If you know someone using drugs or teachers open to concepts of higher consciousness, give them this information or communicate what you feel, they will understand. Share your wisdom with them. Information and the knowledge are the same best tools to transform consciousness. You may not interfere with anyone's free will, but you may offer someone the gift of knowledge edge. It will allow that person to make an enlightened choice, perhaps for the first time. Many people falsely believe that they can be high on spiritual path by taking drugs. So, masters, let's do a meditation for 10 minutes because Adama Master has mentioned to pray for these precious children who has to grace them the divine intervention so that they can be saved from these all drugs. So, masters, we are playing we'll do the meditation for 10 minutes. Please close your eyes and then end the session.
Journey to the Violet Flame Temple in Telos with Adama and Saint Germain. Beloved ones, center in your heart and intend to be filled with the loving energies of your divine presence. Hear these words. In the name of the I am that I am, from the Lord God of my being, I ask now that every cell, every atom, and every electron of my 4 body systems, all my subtle bodies, every particle of life of who I am in all dimensions and states of consciousness, be totally filled with the wonders and the miracle energies of the violet flame of freedom's love. I now ask to be filled again and again, 24 hours a day, each day of my life. And so it is. Breathe it in. Feel the violet flame energies merging with you as you set your intention and ask your higher self to come on a journey with us to the majestic violet flame temple in Telos. Traveling in your light body, you have the opportunity to access this temple anytime you desire. The violet flame burns perpetually and is nurtured by the love and devotion of our people, blessing life, blessing mankind, and the planet. Master Saint Germain spends much time here with his twin flame Portia and legions of violet flame angels, recharging and tending the energies of the violet flame for our beloved Mother Earth. Allow your breath to take in this energy as much as possible as it flows through all your bodies. And know you can bring it back with you when you return to full consciousness. Breathe in the violet flame. You are now standing in a large circular room with high ceilings. The violet flame is present everywhere. Notice the pure violet amethyst walls and the smooth amethyst crystal floor beneath your feet. An amazing number of violet-toned lights are piercing through the amethyst walls, creating a mystical, starry vision. Dozens of fountains in all sizes and shapes, emitting every possible shade of violet hue in a magical play of colors and tones, are everywhere. Water fairies are having great fun playing with these energies. Watch their exultation in their playful joy. The flower fairies are busy creating beautiful flowers with this light energy in all shapes of white, gold, and violet. They are tossing some to you, honoring you, blessing and welcoming you. Receive and take in this blissful, joyful moment. Multitudes of violet flame angels are tending the violet fire with their love and adoration. And the violet fire is not hot, but rather on the cool side. Notice there are several chairs in this captivating room. Choose the one you are drawn to, the one that feels the most comfortable to you. These chairs are made of pure violet crystal with a flame of violet underneath each one, rising up to enfold you, entering and infusing every part of your body through the lower chakras. At the same time, there is another violet flame coming down from above, penetrating your crown chakra and infusing every cell of your body. Breathe this in through your crown chakra. You are immersed in the violet flame essence like never before. Several violet flame angels are now surrounding you, pouring cups of love and cups of violet fire into your energy field, transmuting whatever needs healing at this time. As you continue to breathe in this energy, the Master Saint Germain with his Lady Portia and Lady Kuan Yin, the goddess of mercy and compassion, are now by your side, filling you with their love, imprinting your auric field with the flame of compassion. This allows you to open your heart and all your cells to a greater level of compassion for yourself and for those you love. If there is something in your life that needs healing in this moment, invoke the energies of compassion and forgiveness. Allow, feel, and know change is taking place on all levels, in all your bodies. Breathe this in, beloveds. Open your heart to Saint Germain, the violet flame, to Kuan Yin and the flame of compassion, and set your intention to completely heal yourself, to heal all traumas, past and present. This room is filled with the violet flame's powerful healing energies. Invoke this flame to assist you in your healing. Feel the heaviness lifting and dissolving into the light. Notice how much lighter you are becoming with the sensation of joy infusing your whole being. Allow this lightness, this beauty, this love and power to nurture you. You are moving toward your victory. Do not feel rushed. Take all the time you need. Breathe. Slowly coming back, you become aware that your guides, masters, and angels are smiling at you and enfolding you with so much love, willing to assist you with any thoughts you may have. Stay with them as long as you desire.
Last 2 minutes, masters.
We invite you to come back to this magnificent temple to recharge and balance your energies with beloved Saint Germain and the violet flame. The door is now open to you. Saint Germain will be there for you, and his angels will delight in offering their love and assistance. Now, when you are ready, come back to full consciousness.
Last 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, please come out of the meditation. And thank you for joining for this session, masters. Please do rejoin on the same link. And it's a great work we are doing through Universal Life School Masters. And we are the tools in this, we are very fortunate to be tools on this planet, working for the Ascended Masters as a tools and spreading the light through these sessions. Thank you.